Hey everybody, Alien Sama back with some more Alien products. Many moons ago when I first started speaking in my videos, we unboxed this beautiful alien queen that we have here. If the camera would focus on her. She was around $140, I believe, off a website that I ordered her from. I can't remember. Oh, it's called bigtoys.com, I believe it is. I'll put the link in the description box below. But we bought her on that website for $100 and some odd dollars. She arrived, we opened her. She was glorious. But now, Neca has a new queen to the throne, but this queen does not overthrow the old one, that is for sure. And that's why today we have the Red Alien Queen, or Red Queen Mother Deluxe action figure. I'm not sure if this one is the same size as our other queen over there, aka the original queen, but we're gonna get her open. The box is about the same size, and hopefully she's just as big. Maybe we won't break this one's knee off. Anyways, we're gonna open her up and get her on the table next to that queen. We're not gonna go through the whole box crap because we just want to see what's inside. Let's go. Okay, so here she is. This is the Red Alien Queen out of her box. As you can easily see by the face, for most Alien fans, there is a massive difference between this queen's face and our lovely queen in the background's face. This one is much more rounded, has a almost different creature look to it. Even the teeth are different, the jaws, these little wriggly things, extra antennae of what sources? Not sure. It's due to a mutation from the royal jelly. Yes, jelly. Overall, the action figure of this queen to that queen in the background is not much. Other than the fact that there's an obvious recolor between red and a bluish tint, the only main differences in anatomy is the head. Even the dome, or the queen's crown up here, is the exact same from this one to that one over there. The only main difference is the face. Some things I have noticed between this queen and that queen, as for update of parts or how smooth it moves, is instantly taking this one in the box and posing it and getting her kind of stretched out so I can show her in the camera, is she's not more flexible, but the joints are a lot smoother. They're, hopefully, from what I can tell, they feel a lot more refined. I'm not sure if it's true or if I'm just kind of having like, oh my god, a new toy type of moment, but they feel nicer. This feels a lot better than this queen. I'm not sure if all the joints are the same. We can probably have a little peeky-do at that. Alrighty, so here we have the Red Alien Queen here in front of us. Something I've noticed instantly, I was fiddling around with her for a bit, is I'm having trouble standing this queen up on her own. My blue queen is completely capable of holding herself up without a stand, without having to put the tail on the ground. She's completely able to stand in this pose, despite the massive weight in the front of her. In this pose, she's able to stand up. This one, I just can't seem to get her to stand up. One of the problems that I'm finding is her hip joints are not that they're not strong, but they're not, how would you say? They're not tight, I guess. They're not capable of holding everything up. Just the joints, they're softer, there's something different. This queen, not able to stand up on her own. At least mine isn't. If yours is, great. However, mine cannot. I have noticed a few differences in the sculpture between the Red Queen and the Blue Queen. Not a lot, but some of the minor differences is the sculpting here is much more muscle. It looks like flesh, I guess. The other queen's legs look a lot more armored and like a solid chunk of skin, as this looks like muscle or tendons, like what the human body or animals would look like without their skin. That's about the only other thing I've noticed for sculpting or sculpture differences, besides the obvious, which is the head that we pointed out many times now. Overall, she's very nice. she feels lighter than the blue queen. I'm not sure if they change that at all, which I guess is okay, but it might be one of the contributing factors as to why she can't hold herself up. Something that is different is her little heels right here. Her heels right here are a softer material than the blue one I have, so when I do try to stand her up, the heel starts giving way. See, it's supposed to be like that, but when I was trying to stand her up, I noticed her weight was sinking in on the heel, which kind of sucks. Because the stands aren't exactly the most beautiful thing. Other than that, though, that's about it. We'll get right into the bending, of course. See how she moves, what she can move. Something I like, starting right off, is her tail rotates all the way around. All the way. And it's completely bendable from the right to the butt, right to the tip. Well, the tip itself, I'm sorry I lied. The tip is not bendable, it's just a piece of plastic, but right up to here, which is where the metal ends, or the little bendable metal inside, it's completely posable, which is great. Completely posable. Getting right to the legs, and as you can tell from my arm versus the queen, she's big. She is big. She is to scale with the humans, and she is to scale with all the Neca aliens. Well, Neca humans and aliens. I'm not sure if the Predators are to scale, but I don't know. But the Neca aliens and the queen are all to scale to each other, which is great. Moving on to the hips. The hips have, if you wish, a 360 turn. There is a joint in here which allows her leg to pivot in and pivot out. You can see right there. In, out, which is great. She's got two joints here. This one is extended as far as it can go, and that's as far as it bends in. Now, before we move on, this is what happened to my alien queen the first day I opened her. It was so disappointing, but I fixed it, and she works fine, obviously, and she can still stand on her own. My alien queen fell, and as you can tell, or maybe you can't, there is this wonderful piece of plastic right here, and there's a space through it. So there's just enough space for this little guy right here to fit in there. Of course, you can't actually bend it that way. However, my alien queen fell right onto her leg. The joint in here was weak. It busted, and this piece went right up into here. So the whole leg just went poof, and her knee got blown out, which was a very shitty day for me and her. I fixed it, but just be careful. Don't let her fall right onto her legs. Like anything that stands on two legs, don't fall and let all the weight go on your knees, or you will have a bad day. Moving on, the next joint is, I guess, slightly flexible. It's not entirely amazing, but she has this whole leg she can move, which can basically make it so that her leg can bend right into a funny Z, or practically straighten out to be very, very tall. Which is great, is this queen can stand up to be almost upright like a human, which is great. This joint down here, if we can grab onto it, this joint down here is very, very flexible. Can go right to a, what's it called? Like devil's heels, stiletto. It looks like she's wearing stilettos, and then her toes can bend like that. So now she's wearing some sexy high heels. That would have been great if this toe actually reached to the bottom of the ground, so it did look like a high heel. It looks like a high heel regardless, which I love, 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 love. I'm seriously in love with this character, this creature, this being. So yes, the bottom of the foot, very, very flexible. And very pretty. So dainty for such a giant, massive, frightening creature. Moving on to the waist, we have a joint here. It's not extremely flexible in any way. It does give you some movement. as we will demonstrate. So, I'm not really sure what the point of this joint is. I'm afraid to move it. I don't like bending things like that, especially Neca products. I love you, Neca, but damn, your joints break sometimes, and it just breaks my heart. But that's the joint that's in here. If you guys have been able to get it to move more than that, please tell me. A good tip for trying to get joints that are potentially painted over or stuck is just put the joint right under really hot water, even almost boiling water, and slowly work it until the paint breaks or until it moves. If you got no movement, don't try and make it move. You're gonna have a bad day. So yeah, that's about it for that. I've never gotten it to rotate. It's just weird. It's just Neca has this thing for putting awkward, weird torso joints on the figures. Just don't, or at least put another one right there so it feels like it's bending. Moving up, we have these little limbs. We have these limbs right here, which is her tiny little extra arms. They are fairly flexible. They can go all the way up, all the way down, and they can rotate, which is great. They also have joints in the elbows, just like people arms, but creepy little insect-like limbs. They move. The fingers do not have any metal in it, so they're kind of stuck the way they are, unless you want to pose them otherwise. Other than that, you got these dandy little limbs down here doing their thing. Whee! They're so cute. Hey, how's it going? It's pretty bad when the action figure's bad enough that you can almost, like, grab the hand and shake it. How's it going? How you do? Let's go for a walk. Yeah. Onward to the big ol' arms. It's got 360 movement, if so necessary needed. It's got a joint here, just like in the leg, where you can bring it up, bring it down, bring it up, bring it down. It's got one elbow joint, just like that. Elbow, elbow, woo, and a wrist joint. The bigger arms are actually less flexible than the smaller arms, which is kind of funny. So there's that, and of course everything's the same on both sides. Next we have her head and her neck. So her beautiful nasty face, so pretty. So pretty. So, we have the head. So there is a joint here, there is a joint here. How much they move, I don't know. So right now we're moving this joint. It's kind of rotatable, but I wouldn't really try, to be honest. It can kind of wobble up and down a little bit. It's just like the torso joint here. It's awkward. It doesn't really do anything. The most mobile joint is this one right here, which is best for posing her head. Here, we'll zoom out and do that. And kind of put her on her side. But that is this joint right here. Able to do that, able to do that. Up and down. It's, like I said, it's completely this joint doing all the flexibility in her head right now. And it can spin 360, but not necessary, I guess. And then, of course, her mouth, her beautiful mouth. Well, I'm not exactly a reviewer. I just like showing what the damn stuff does. So, we got her face. We got her mouth. It opens. It closes. It opens again. It closes one more time. And then it opens. That's about it. The teeth on the red alien or the red alien queen is not transparent, unlike the blue one. There are two secondary mouths that can go inside. You just plug them in, unplug them. You get a short one that's about this long. The mouth is closed. You put it inside, and then you get a longer one where it's obviously open and ready to attack inside her mouth. The crown. Wait, before we get to the crown, other than the mouth opening and closing, the head is posable. Just like in the movies, the head is posable. She can look around without moving her neck, which is great. a nice extra joint that I really, really love. And we're going to see if this queen, despite her little antennas, we're going to see if this queen has the same crown joint that the blue one does. In the, I believe it was Alien versus Predator, we saw a wonderful scene where the blue alien queen was risen up out of its poor, frozen, I guess, sleep, if you want to call it that. And her crown was over her head. Her head was protected by her crown, this part, right here. So she rose up, and as she awoken, her head moved out, and she looked around. So, we got the looking around bit, but does the red queen have the crown movement? The blue one does, but does the red one? It seems we do, but unfortunately, as I figured, the antennae are in the way, which sucks. Sucks so much. So I want to show you, if you haven't seen the blue queen yet, or you haven't purchased the blue queen yet, I want to show you the, like, number one, no doubt, making like that guy's face from Emperor's New Groove, where he's just like, yes, no doubt in my mind, it's my most favorite feature of the blue alien queen. So we're just gonna let her lay for a second. So here we are, the love of my life, the alien queen. So here she is, so good looking. As you can tell from the last, or from the red queen to this queen, very different faces, very, very different. Everything's different. She's got the transparent teeth, she's got wonderful detail going on. The blue one. But that oh so amazing scene from Alien vs. Predator. Even the blue queen's head is has a lot more mobility than the red one. It's very, oh god, I love her. The alien queen, like, my channel is not called Alien Sama for no reason. Aliens are my life. I have so many figures, so many. Anyways, I need to stop falling in love with her. Okay, so, if the camera would focus on her head, there we go. So, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, very posable. The blue queen is the best queen. The best. And then, even better, one second. So, alien queen rises up from her frozen sleep, face protected, and her head pokes out from her crown, and she looks around, wondering, who the fuck just woke me up? I'm gonna wreck some shit. Yeah. So yeah, the blue alien queen, her head, or her crown, can slide. Literally the best feature of the whole figure. I don't care what anyone says. Best feature ever. Unfortunately, for the red queen, these little dingle-dangles are very much in the way. You can see that the idea is still there, but literally, it's the only thing in its way. So, the next thing we have, that we do have with us, because I'm going to put them on, or at least try to put them on, is, maybe you've noticed, maybe you haven't, she doesn't have her little spiky doodads, which are all right here. These little dudes just plug right into there, and hopefully it's easier. These ones seem a lot easier than the blue queen, because when I first got the blue queen and I tried putting these on, these were the most freaking hardest things to put on. I just never put them on her, as you may have noticed. Or, I don't know if you did notice, but they're just not on her. I said, nope, I'm not putting that on. It's the biggest pain in my ass. And she still doesn't have them on to this day. I still have them, of course, but they're in her box, where they will stay forever. her beautiful spikes, and they're soft. Well, they're not soft, but they're not stiff plastic. Like, you don't have to worry about them cracking in half or anything. So, there we have it. The red queen and the blue queen from Neca. They're both the same size, but I've got to make the blue queen look bigger than the red queen because blue queen for the win. Yeah. But all xenomorphs are exceptionally beautiful, each and every one of them. Hail the hive! Anyways, so red queen, blue queen, very wonderful. Love them both. I'm so glad to have both of them. These are definitely some of my best pieces in my collection. They are not the most expensive, but they are my best. I love them to death, and I'll never get rid of them. If you have the money to put these in your NECA or Alien collection, do it. They're lovely pieces. They're massive. They're a great centerpiece for any Alien collection. And they're just do it. Just buy them. Make NECA great again. No. God. I'm gonna get a bad comment for that. Anyways, red alien queen, blue alien queen. They're both fantastic. Highly recommended. Now I just have to clear some space for both of them because I want them neck and neck to each other, after each other, on top of my big shelf, and they're just gonna look fantastic. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a thumbs up. That helps a lot with my channel, and we'll see you guys next time. For now, Alien Sama out. And as always, peace out, guys. Bye-bye.